just a perfect situation.
I can't remember exactly where we were. But I think it was these two that we just sewn together. Just straight down, empty it out and press them out. In fact, I'll show you in a minute about how to press them. But you do that, attach two, attach the other two together, and then you actually attach all of them together. Now, if you press your seams and you get them together, you can feel that one side you press one way, the other you press another. You can feel that they just fit there nicely, and that will give you a nice edge where they meet. As you can see in this one, they meet really nice in the middle because you've done that folding bit. So that's the wrong side and that's the right side. So we've sewn all four of them together into a patchwork. So I'll sew these two together and then we'll go on what we're doing next. You're pressing. You've just sewn these two pieces together. If you get them flat on your ironing board, or in my case it's a towel with me iron permanently here next to my sewing machine, so I don't even normally have to get up. If I'm doing several bits, I just stay sitting and I can iron it. Right, first of all, just iron that seam flat and then pull it out and iron it down, because iron it flat sets the seam, and then this will help it to lie in one direction. And as you can see, it is going in one direction. Now we're only leaving the small seam allowance, about 1/4 of an inch, or if you're leaving a larger one you can press the seams open, but I'm not bothering in this. So there we are, that's pressing. If you don't feel confident enough to, you can pin it. If you feel confident enough without pins, don't pin it. As I say, with your pressing, your seams lie either side of your stitching. Now if you want to, you can pin, not a problem. And that makes sure that they stay. Ow! That's why I don't like pinning. And we put it under, and we do exactly the same as we did for sewing the two pieces together, and this will do the 4. Drop your needle down, after you put your foot down, that is, and just go along. And that's it. We've got it all together. So we'll press that as we did the two pieces, and we'll show you what's next. Right, now we've got our two pieces of 4 squares. if we made a bag that size and just sewed round it, which we could do, you wouldn't get much in it. So what I like to do is make a band round it. Now we can do it easy or we can do it hard. So I think because this is our first thing, we will do it easy. Now because I did originally change my mind, and these are cut at 8-inch square. Now because of the seam allowance and that, it won't be 8 inches. See, it's already gone down to 7.5, just turned. Yeah, it's already gone down to 7.75. So they're going to shrink down with the other seam allowances to 7-inch squares. So it's going to be a total of 14 inches wide and 14 inches deep, which is not that big. So what I want to do is put an infill so it'll make it hold more. Now you can have it to the top or lower down. It's going to be a bit more awkward if it was lower down, so we'll do it straight from the top. And we know that there's 2 squares, 8 inches each, should be 16 inches, but because of seam allowances we won't get that. So this is already coming out at about 15.5 inches. Well, 15.75 inches. So we want a piece to go down one side, across the bottom and up the other side. So we will want a piece that is approximately, doesn't have to be exact, 15.5, 15.5 and 15.5. Round it all the halves up, 16, 16, 16. So that's 16, 32, 48 inches. We want to strip about 48 inches in length and about, I'd say about 4 inches wide. Now we could cut 4-inch wide pieces of each of the types of material, which is going to make it a bit more long-winded, a bit more awkward. You can certainly do that if you want, but for this I think it's just going to be something simple and quick from bits of material. It's doubled over at the moment, and I said we needed 48 inches, which comes out at 24 inches. And that is way over 24 inches. Way over it. Right, I've cut off some material off the bottom of those old curtains. Now what I want is just basically to neaten up the edge. So just slice that bit off. Now if you haven't got a rotary mat and cutter, don't worry. Fold it over in 4, then you only have to cut the once. Smooth it down. We want a nice straight edge on here, and I'm going to line it up with them. Right, so there is our piece, and we want it 4 inches wide. Now with similar, yeah, that's going to be what we need. So on the edge that I've just straightened up, put my measuring guide, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 inches I'll cut across there. These, probably use them for handles. There we have the strip. It's longer than 24 inches, but at the moment we're not bothered about that. I'm not sure if this is what you wanted, but this is your foot pedal. You basically press it down. Depending on how fast you want to go, you can just press it slightly and then it goes slow, or obviously faster. Now where it comes into the sewing machine, here, this is on my machine. It might be a different place with yours. If you unplug it from the machine itself, unplug it from the machine itself, and you could see there the fitment that has to go in there. So if you've been given a machine or got a machine and the foot pedal isn't working, you can't just go and buy a sewing machine foot pedal, because they all seem to have different ends to them that fit in. You have to find out the exact one that you want. It can be done. My old sewing machine was given to me and it did not have a foot pedal, and Lurch went online, looked around, found out the make, model, the type of connector it needed, and we were able to get one off eBay fairly cheap. But that's the connector that goes in there. Some of my connectors that go here or around the back of it. This one happens to be at the side, just above, below the on switch. On my machine, this is the dial for the stitch length. Some machines have it on the front here, across the top, different machines in different places. This one happens to be on the side. Some even have like a lever that you twist and it'll go either down or up, showing the stitch length that you want. If you push the lever all the way up, that's what takes it into reverse. Pushing the lever back down to where you were carries on forward. This obviously goes to your plug socket, which I can't see at the moment because it's awkward to get at. But I hope that helps you at all. And when I was on about threading your bobbin in the other one in the series, the wheel on this, it's just a wheel, apart from there's a screw there to take it off, but which you don't necessarily need to do at all. But on some of the older type machines, they've got an outer wheel, which is what you turn. If you're doing your bobbin, you have to hold the outer wheel with one hand and twist your inner wheel, and that disconnects the sewing mechanism. So you can fill your bobbin, and then you can, when you're ready to start sewing again, you hold the outer wheel, turn the inner wheel. Don't force it, just turn it until you feel resistance. Anyone that counts knows, finger tight. That's all that's necessary. And then you can start sewing, and it'll put it back onto the stitching mechanism. So I hope this helps. Yes, it does look a bit messy here. I'm in the middle of doing a crumb quilt. Let me just show you. All your little bits of material, don't throw them, save them. I've sewn these together. I've got about 20 patches now. These are 4-inch square patches. Yeah, I've got about 20 patches now. These are 4-inch squares. They're all different. You can see the size of some of them. A little teeny bit in there. Because I have got something in mind for this. And I do really enjoy piecing together. And if you've got loads of odd materials and that from different places, then this is another way you can actually get used to stitching. It's just sew loads of strips together. You don't need back stitch or anything like that. Well, that's enough of what I'm doing at the moment. Thank you very much. See you all tomorrow. Bye.
It's a